In Australia, more than 38,000 missing persons reports are received by the police each year. While most people are found within a short period of time, there remain approximately 2,600 long-term missing persons, those who have been missing for more than 3 months. The impact on their families and friends is devastating. Will you be the one to help solve one of these unsolved missing persons cases? Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea.M. and this is a special episode of Missing Down Under, and it is an update to the episode of Missing Down Under I presented last week. And as a lot of you know, I've seen the numbers, and thank you all so much for watching, and thank you also to the number of people who subscribed to me last week. You guys are amazing, so thank you so much. So as I was saying last week, I brought you the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy, as well as some updates on Jessica Zurinsky and Danny Copeland. Well, there's been no more updates on Jessica or Danny, but there have been some small updates on the missing persons case of Samantha Murphy over the weekend. But before we get into that case, as I've just mentioned, I've had a lot of new subscribers in the last week, so thank you so much. It is great to have you back. But I can see by the numbers that there are a lot of people viewing who are not subscribed. And believe me when I say I appreciate each and every one of you. It's lovely to get those views, especially for cases like this, where we need to get the word out there when people are missing and recently missing, to help find them or to at least bring answers to their loved ones. But I need a little something in return, just a small thing. If you've not subscribed yet, could you please subscribe to my channel, or at least think about it if you're enjoying the content and you'd like to see other things that I have to bring. It would help me out a ton. As you all know, I've mentioned it before, you need to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube before you can even consider being monetized. So I'm still trying to get to that. So if you guys would love to help me with that, I'd be super appreciative. And once I get monetized, it means I can offer things like channel memberships and merchandise and exclusive content and all sorts of goodies for you guys as well. So that would be lovely, and it's a chance to grow this community here. So if you haven't done so already, I would really appreciate a subscription. And it doesn't cost you anything. I know a lot of people are still confused about subscriptions. It's not like a subscription on the App Store or to these other things. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to your favourite presenters on YouTube. So if you'd love to do that for me, I'd love to have you back. So let's just get into today's case, or the update on last week's case. Whatever the case may be of the case. So, as I was saying, last week I brought you the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy. Over the weekend, Ballarat locals, a bush tracker from New South Wales, the Missing Persons Unit and the SES conducted another extensive search of the Mount Clear area, still finding no trace of the missing 51-year-old mother. On Friday, in preparation for the search, 9 News Australia spoke to tracker Jake Kasser about his role in the upcoming search. So you can take a look at this. This is the interview.
Search for missing Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy. For more, we're joined by Jake Kasser, who's travelled in from New South Wales to join the effort. Good afternoon to you, Jake. Can you tell us how will you be assisting?
I've been helping the community to wage their own search of the area. With great respect to the police and the SES that have done a wonderful job, there's still a lot of areas to search, and it may or may not be Samantha that we end up finding, but it very well could be something which can, some evidence that may give some answers, some closure to the family, some answers to the family, or some information to the police that could hopefully end up bringing Samantha home safe.
Jake, there's a massive community search for Samantha scheduled for Saturday. What will you be looking for there?
So I've spent the last couple of days here doing my best to train up the local community in tracking. We'll be looking for things like the earbuds that Samantha was wearing. Obviously, if someone found a mobile phone or an item of clothing, anything which can assist the police or anyone else that's out here, any of the professionals that are out here searching to try and give answers. We're here to sweep this area and to literally do our best to leave no stone unturned and do our best for this family.
And where will the teams be searching, and how difficult is that terrain out there?
I wouldn't call the terrain difficult, but I will say there's been what we call in tracking some virgin bushland that has certainly not been searched. So we've been going through all those areas and we're coming up with some specific spots, some of which I would prefer not to share, if you don't mind. But there's some areas in town and some areas out of town that haven't been covered that we plan on getting groups of 3 or 5 people with safety first in mind to make sure that those areas are absolutely scoured.
And Jake, just finally for us, police have brought in more resources for their investigation. What's your reaction to that news?
Oh, I think we should throw everything that we've got at this. This is someone's mother, someone's sister, someone's wife. It's wonderful that Australia supports other countries. We're a rich country in the big scheme of things. It's great that we, support other countries with foreign aid. But let's pour just a few mil each year into missing people. We're going to go into all those thick, unpenetrable areas and get in there with machetes and whatever we can to make sure that we cover as much ground as possible.
All right, well, stay safe out there, Jake Casa.
However, as news comes to hand this Monday morning, no trace of Samantha has yet been found despite their efforts. This is not to say that the police have been left without theories or clues, and yesterday Detective Acting Superintendent Mark Hatt held a press conference also covered by 9 News Australia. In a tragic turn of events, police are now doubting that Mrs. Murphy is still alive, and they do believe she may be deceased, and that more than one party may have been involved in the matter. At this stage, they have also said that her husband Michael has been ruled out as a suspect, but other people who are in Samantha's life are still being considered as persons of interest. So none of the people in Samantha's life are considered suspects at this stage. They are just persons of interest as the police are collecting their information and other intelligence looking into what's happened to Samantha. So I've got a snippet here of the news coverage of the statement given by Detective Acting Superintendent Mark Hatt.
A sudden breakthrough in a suspected bush killing.
We do think that another party has been involved, whether it be one person or a number of people.
Mobile phone data leading police to a small search area on Mount Clear, 19 days since the Ballarat East mum vanished while on a run.
What we're looking for today is particular smaller items which may indicate what happened to Samantha.
That means any trace of her demise, evidence of a struggle or the possibility she was hit by a car and taken. In an unusual appearance, the Major Collisions Investigation Unit was seen trawling the bush too, on a day devastating to the Murphy family.
We do have severe concerns and are very doubtful that she's still alive.
Ballarat locals still determined to help.
We're just hoping for some kind of answers for the family. That's number one.
Police confirming Samantha turned right out her driveway and ran through the Canadian forest, jogging for about 7 kilometres before police think things took a sinister turn in bush on Mount Clear. As for who did it, police aren't there yet.
Are there any bikie links that you've uncovered?
I can't comment on specifics of the investigation at this stage.
Mark Hatt also asked directly if Samantha's husband Mick was involved.
Is he a suspect?
At this stage, he is not.
Police have also searched the family panel beating business where Samantha worked and have told 9 News they did take away items of interest. They've also ruled out Samantha suffering a medical episode or disappearing voluntarily. They're sure now this thick bush canopy is hiding deadly clues.
Have any search warrants been executed in any properties in the area?
Again, there are particular aspects of the investigation I can't speak to.
Would you say no if it was no?
No comment.
OK, for more on these developments, let's go live to Laura now, who is in that search area. Good evening to you, Laura. Are police following any more leads?
They are, Alicia. This is a really complex investigation. They say there have been multiple sightings of Samantha Murphy in the bushland out where I am at the moment, but they're struggling to corroborate those sightings given how dense and vast this bush is. There are 500 pieces of public information with police at the moment that they're sifting through, as well as 12,000 hours of CCTV. Also, Alicia, they have told me not to read too much into the fact that homicide haven't taken over this investigation from missing persons. They say they have levels of expertise in the missing persons squad that are necessary and needed at the moment. So that is how it's staying right now. Two, they say the Ballarat community has been incredible over the past 3 weeks, and they are planning another search tomorrow. They want at least 100 Ballarat locals on the ground here tomorrow morning to try and help with this investigation, because they say as soon as it loses the spotlight, they lose hope. Alicia?
Of course. Okay, Laura Turner.
So as you'll see by the news coverage, they are now saying that there has been some phone data recovered, but that her Apple phone and watch have not been recovered. Last week they were saying they had little phone data to assist in the search. So it gets a little bit muddy now that they are saying they do have phone data. So I can't say for sure whether it's new phone data that the police have in their hands as of this moment, or if it's data they originally had from when Samantha first went missing. As we saw in the video last week, there was a weak signal detected in the Mount Clear area, and then it kind of faded off. So I'm not sure whether they mean the signal got picked up again, or if it was data collected from just before she went missing, or like the actual day off when the signal faded. They haven't been clear on that because they probably have to keep that a little bit close to themselves at the moment, as usually happens with these cases. You can't let a lot of the information out too soon. And I'd say that's mainly because we don't have a lot to go on still at the moment. They have a little more, but they don't have a lot, so the police need to kind of protect their evidence. So they're not saying a heck of a lot yet, but I guess as more comes to light and they do collect more, we may find out more in the coming days. And as always, as news comes to hand, I will be updating this case. Even if it has to be on a daily basis, I will try to find the time to do that. So investigators are also viewing about 12,000 hours of CCTV footage and following up on more than 500 separate pieces of information. So as we know, Samantha did not return from a Sunday jog on February 4 after leaving her home in Eureka Street in Ballarat East. And it is believed that she reached the Mount Clear area at about an hour or so after she left home, making that around 7 a.m. that Sunday. So if you do the math, she's been missing for over 3 weeks now. And as you can imagine, her family are just going through absolute hell, wondering what has happened to their wife and their mother and their friend. So 3 weeks of not knowing, and we don't know if anything's going to be found of Samantha. This could drag on, and that's the worst part of these cases, is the not knowing for the families. So please keep the family in your hearts, in your minds, in your prayers at this really difficult time for them. It has also been revealed over the weekend that the police have spoken to a convicted sex offender with a long rap sheet as part of the investigations. The man is understood to, however, have provided an alibi for the day that Ms. Murphy went missing. And at this stage, there is nothing to suggest that he did have anything to do with the disappearance. What the police seem to be certain of at this stage, however, is they do not believe that she left the area of her own accord or that she experienced a medical episode. And they think it did come up, I think it came up in the press conference, that they were saying, like the Superintendent Detective Mark Hatt was saying, she may have even been hit by a car and they have transported her somewhere else in that car. We just don't know at this stage because there's just not enough evidence left behind to really point them in a direction or to a person that may have done this. So I guess, as I said, we're going to have to see how the case develops. As always, if you have any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please reach out to the police by calling Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. And as I said before, as the case progresses, I'll be monitoring any new developments and will update you guys on anything new that comes to light. And as we just also said, please continue to keep Samantha Murphy's family in your hearts and your prayers as they continue to seek answers. And that's where this update ends. I'm sorry, I don't have anything else just yet, but I will be watching the news and the channels on YouTube to see if anything else comes to light about Samantha. But if you're the person sitting there who actually might have seen something the day she went missing and you've not spoken up, please remember, if you're frightened of somebody or you're not sure, you can remain anonymous. But any tip that might lead to the location of Mrs. Murphy so that her family at least can get answers, and if she is in fact unfortunately deceased, that they get to lay their loved one to rest in the manner that she deserves. Because all accounts that people have given of Samantha is that she was a lovely person, she was an amazing mother, she is an amazing wife, and just an amazing person altogether. So it's absolutely heartrending when family and friends lose somebody like that. So if you know something, call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous. And that's it for this video. I have a very busy week coming up. I haven't had a chance to kind of update everybody on what I've been doing lately. So I'll just throw this in quickly at the end of the video, just so you know if videos are slow. It's because I'm really busy at the moment. I have mentioned the Original Sound Lounge on my videos before. And this is another little sideline I'm doing when I'm not doing YouTube videos. And they've actually offered me to come film a lot of their functions and gigs and things that are going on around the Clarence Valley and other regions. And also travelling around with my dear friend Pam Hatter. And I've featured Pam on here before. She's an amazing singer-songwriter. And just over the weekend, we did a trip up into the mountains and it was amazing. So I am following them around and doing a lot of filming for them, which can be seen on Facebook via the Original Sound Lounge. And any of the artists that I feature, I always tag their pages. So you can see footage of that if you're hooked into Facebook and you want to check anybody out over there. I am considering maybe doing a YouTube channel for the artists of the Clarence Valley, but I'm going to have to include their original music because music's hard on YouTube, as you can imagine, and they do a lot of beautiful covers, but I'm not sure if copyright would permit me to sort of present that on YouTube. So I'm thinking about that as well. So if videos are slow, please just know, guys, I'm very busy. We also have the Candlelight concert coming up with the Original Sound Lounge this Thursday night. We have only 10 tickets left, so that if you are in the Clarence Valley area and you would like to attend that concert, get in fast. There, at last count, was 10 tickets left. Not sure if those 10 tickets are still sitting, waiting to be snapped up. But if you would like to go to the show on Thursday night, and it is featuring my lovely friend Pam, my other great new friend Jeff Paul, who is amazing, and we have an international artist, Z Garche, who is also coming to sing on the night, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It will be held at the Clarence Kitchen Collective there in Skinner Street, South Grafton, and that is where you can purchase your tickets. So if you've been wanting to go and you haven't got your tickets yet, you need to get them, and they're only $15 each, or if you're on a concession, they're only $10. So don't miss out. It's going to be an amazing night. And if it does prove successful, they are going to consider doing some more of these. And I will be there to film the event. So I'm really excited about it. If I can share a little bit on YouTube, yeah, maybe I will do that. But yeah, as always, we've got to be very careful with music and stuff. So it gets a little bit difficult. But that is my other sideline I'm doing. And then Saturday night is my other sideline, with the Emporium and Rustic Revivals Upcycled Treasures, where I work every Friday with my other lovely friend Liv. We're having a fashion parade at Grumpy's Rock Cafe at 6 p.m. on Saturday night. So if you wanted to attend that, if you're in the Clarence Valley area, it is a free show. Just show up and enjoy. So that's all the updates for this case and for me. And yeah, life's very busy, but it's also very wonderful. So stay safe, everybody. I really want to see all of my subscribers coming back every week. And as always, if there's a case you'd like me to cover, whether it be from Australia or abroad, please let me know. I'll be happy to cover that for you. And always, if you do have anything you can tell the police about this beautiful lady who is missing and very much missed at the moment, call Crime Stoppers. And that's it for this video, and I'll see you in my next one.